global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
Hello and welcome to our channel. Something unique is happening in APC. One would least expect that an APC stalwart will actually rise up and begin to make demands of other persons to go ahead and do the needful against this government. I'm talking about none other than a former northern chairman, of course, who had come all out and is insisting that the likes of Peter Obi must do this now. Question is why, and it's the thing that's a member of APC. We're going to find out in a moment what it is and what they're demanding that they should do against the dispensation. But before we do that, please subscribe to our channel. National Vice Chairman Northwest of the All Progressive Congress (APC), that's Salihu Lukman, had lamented that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appeared to be on a roller coaster of aggrandized spendings amid mass hunger and poverty in the country. This, he said, was partly responsible for the highly volatile situation in the country. Lukman, in a statement issued today titled #EndBadGovernance Campaign, he said, "What next? Every committed Democrat in the country must wake up to this challenge and seek to mobilize Nigerians to direct their anger creatively and positively towards reformation of democratic structures in the country." He said, and I'm quoting word for word, "As it is, the president, Asiwaju Tinubu's administration, seems to be on a roller coaster of aggrandized spendings amid hunger and poverty in the country, which is partly responsible for the highly volatile situation in the country. Every committed Democrat in the country must wake up to the challenge and seek to mobilize Nigerians to direct their anger creatively." And the former APC chairman said that given that majority political leaders are already aggrieved, and with the way the government has rendered virtually all registered political parties comatose, the process of uniting aggrieved political leaders across all parties must earnestly commence. He added, "This is the point when, ideally, opposition leaders such as Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Mr. Peter Obi, Senator Musa Kwankwaso should step forward to provide the needed leadership to reform our democracy and ensure the emergence of a functional political party capable of rescuing Nigeria." In addition to opposition leaders, other political leaders in APC who have been edged out of the party should join forces with opposition leaders to rescue the country and put Nigeria back on the path of democratic development. Now, these leaders include Professor Fayemi Osinbajo, Chief Rotimi Ameachi, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, Malam Nasir Elrufai, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, and many others, while acknowledging that there are already unfolding initiatives in the direction. The rising anger in the country must be utilized and directed to strengthen the emergence of a veritable functional political party, different from APC, different from PDP, different from Labour Party LP, different from NNPP. As it is, it must be acknowledged that these parties cannot serve as the platforms to rescue Nigeria from its current unfortunate self-inflicted downward spiral producing mass poverty and starvation. Those were the 4 words of Salihu Lukman. But the question now is that is actually the former National Vice Chairman Northwest of the All Progressive Congress. He's actually calling on both APC members in APC that are aggrieved and other political party stalwarts from other parties like LP, Peter Obi, like PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and Alhaji Senator Musa Kwankwaso of NNPP to join forces. I guess he's looking at them to bring their followership, and their political allies into one party, fuse into one party. And then he's now saying, look, the likes of the former president, former vice president, Professor Fayemi Osinbajo, he believes that they've been edged out. Maybe they agree with the likes of Elrufai. They shouldn't leave the party. They should just stay there and be, meandering the whole thing, just like Wike is doing meandering things in PDP. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on what he's demanding from leaders of the party?
Well, ever since Salihu Lukman left the party, I think in mid-June, he had been fighting from all corners, making some very strong statements. I can still remember when he left, I think precisely 12th of June, when he left the party. He said something about the fact that APC has been unable to fulfill their core campaign promises. Before we know, he started talking against Bola Tinubu. He has said a lot of things ever since he left that office. Before now, he was talking against the likes of NNPP, Labour Party. But right now, it seems as if scale has fallen off his eyes. He's seeing that the party is not performing, so he's really hitting them. But, the shocking aspect of this thing is that before now, when he started talking and talking, nobody's responding to him. Salihu has been talking for a while now. Sometimes he becomes very audacious, but nobody seems to be responding. The APC leader, which is Bola Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is not responding. Even Ganduje himself has not said anything about it. He resigned. He didn't shake anywhere, you understand? So right now, I think that he's trying to be very strategic to make them feel his impact by seeing how he can rope people around, to get their attention, so that at the end of the day, when they start asking who was the originator of this whole thing, it will be pointed at him, and then he will now start making noise and all of that. So he's trying to win a lot of support. It's, it could be a political move, but however, whatever he's trying to do now is a way of correcting the current administration, which their performance is very dismal, you understand? And trying to bring in Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, and all of that. We already know that it's important for these guys to unify so that they can help rescue Nigeria from the hands of the present administration. But be that as it may, we have to also know that this administration is barely 1 year. I'm not trying to support them, but I've been able to see one or two things that the president has done, and it's like, come on, he has a plan, He has a plan to do something different, because already he realized that he went too down, Ever since Buhari handed over the baton of leadership to him, he had nosedived too much. So right now, he's trying to get out of, the depths of the water to at least come and be on the surface before possibly he will shoot up. So for now, as much as we have diverse, I feel if we really love Nigeria, people should rally around to support him and possibly tell him what to do, to rescue the country. Because whether we like it or yes, democracy has it that he has to stay in office for as long as the next 3 years, you understand? So we can't stay till then. The only thing we need to do is to support him. If, despite all the support Nigerians are giving to him, he can't do what we expect him to do, then by 27, we'll kick him out of office.
Don't you think that maybe Sally just talking because probably he was also not quote-unquote compensated? Because before now, he was actually not against the APC. All of a sudden, he's now... why is he pointing at some persons too who have been very quiet? Mm-hmm. And now he's calling out the same people that they should fight from within and those they should fight from outside. Don't you also think that he's also looking at some sort of ally where it will benefit him? Because I don't think he has called or any new politician is calling on the same stock that have been recycled. So what's the new thing they will bring to the block? Telling them to join forces. These are people that have been tested one way, they didn't really do much difference, and you're not calling that you should come together. Don't you think there's more to it? Probably he was not called into his scheme of things. Well,
for me, I feel that he's an attention seeker. And already he knows the capacity of these guys. And trying to bring them in, when they were in power, what did they do? The only person that performed superbly was Peter Obi. But let's look at the pedigree of Elrufai and all of that. What did he do? Kwankwaso, the same thing, Even Atiku Abubakar, as much as we respect him and we give him so much regard in terms of the fact that he had been the vice president of Nigeria. But come on, we know the level of corruption that the president and the former president Osinbajo was announcing about Atiku. So for trying to call all those guys, he wants them to wake up and start talking the way he's talking, because he wants to, some of them want to feel the commotion, you know, they want to feel, they want the real people to talk, because those who are at the sideline talking, man, the government is ignoring them. But you know, you can imagine when the issues of these stop bad governance came on board, a lot of people were talking, but it was until Peter Obi started talking, Atiku Abubakar added his voice to it. That was when everybody was like, okay, people started, you know, joining them to talk. So right now, he's been talking, nobody's response. So I feel that he's just trying to get attention. But however, things are not moving back, and those people need to just respond positively.
All right, that's good. Wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section.
Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze.